Hi guys, welcome back to an episode of DB Cars itself, and in today's episode, I'll be reviewing the GetGo Toyota Corolla Altis 12th generation. So let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so here is guys the Corolla Altis 12th generation from GetGo itself. So basically, I'll show you guys the damages wise for this car first before I show you guys the interior and also the exterior itself. So basically for the damages wise, well, I would say there's quite a few because this car, as of what I'm filming here, has close to 56,000 kilometers already. So yeah, so basically the damage I will be starting out first out will be, other than this very dirty, which you guys can see is splattered with a lot of this bird shit and other miscellaneous junk. You also got this damage right here, which was caused by the previous the people that rented this car itself. So yeah, one damage right here. Another one, I don't know whether it already had that concern, but basically the tire wall, as you guys can see, is already ripped open. So yeah, that's one thing to take note for the left side, front left itself. Later I'll show you guys the rear left itself, because it has also had the same damage was. But for the front left, there's only this curve, rim curve right here, and yeah, that's it. Moving on to the rear of the car itself, which I mentioned earlier on about the tire wall being ripped off, is right here itself. So yeah, basically is this part right here that is being ripped off. I think definitely I'll be raising this concern up to GetGo itself after this rental is ended. So maybe hopefully they can replace those two set of tires right here itself. So yeah, basically they do care about the safety, so hence I definitely will be raising that issue up to them to let them know about it. And other than that, that's all for the left side, the damage wise. If anyone is wondering where the fuel filler cap, well, it's on the left side right here. So basically to access it, there's a lever right in the driver's side, which I'll show you guys later on where to press it to unlock the fuel tank itself. Because technically you can't really, there's no button to press on the outside to access it because it's locked. So if you want to unlock it, you must press on the lever right inside the car itself. So yeah. Other than that, moving on to more of the damages wise, you got the rear. There isn't really much to show you guys because there isn't really any damages other than some rust and yeah, some rust on the car itself. So yeah, okay, there's one damage, more damage on the rear right now. So this is one, and for the front there's one right here, which is the bumper being you can say bumper coming out already. So I'm not really too sure how to fix this issue, but usually they just say try to press it in and it'll be aligned just like this itself. But not going to touch it because I'm afraid that it might cause further damages wise. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys the trunk space of the car right now. So to access the trunk, technically there's, if I'm not wrong, there's a lever right inside the car itself, which you could press to unlock it. If not, you can do the old-fashioned way, which is right here. If I could, right somewhere around. Okay, let me just do the old-fashioned way, which is the button right inside the car itself. So yeah, which is right here itself. So basically you just need to pull on this, and you guys can hear the trunk being opened up, and that is how you open up the trunk for the car itself. So yeah, sorry about that. Alright, so basically once the trunk is open, this is what the space look like this. I'll say it got a decent amount of space to put your stuff in. So let's say if you want to put maybe 2 large suitcase, it shouldn't be a problem because the opening is definitely very wide and you could put stuff in and out, yeah, without any issue at all. So yeah, right down below what to get, well, you just get a spare tire and some jacks and keyboard. Okay, so weird. Yeah, other than that, not really much to show you guys itself. There isn't any buttons for you guys to fold the seat down if you want to have more space. So I think that most probably you have to sorry about that. Most probably you have to do it on the inside itself. So yeah, I think if I'm not wrong, this should be the button to unlock it, but I'm not too sure why it's not allowing me to do so itself. And this is your reversing camera itself. So yeah, alright then, now let's move on to the next part, which is the rear of the car right now, which I'll be getting in right now. So let's go. Alright then, so you're stepping right into the car itself. Basically quite simple itself, just need to, and it's locked. Okay, that means just unlock the car. Okay, maybe that's why it couldn't really access it itself. So yeah, let me just press on this button again. Yeah, okay, so I figured out the issue. So basically if the car is locked itself, you won't be able to access the trunk, the rear doors itself. So if you want to able to do that, you just need to unlock it itself. And once unlocked, you're able to get into the rear. So yeah, just like that, stepping right into the car itself. I would say you got quite a number of decent leg space. So basically, this is my driving position right here, and judging based on the leg room space I have right here and headroom wise, I would say it's alright. One downside I feel is you're basically quite close to the whatever this thing is called right here. And so yeah, maybe if let's say if you want to, maybe when the car is negotiating sharp corners itself, you might I don't know, once in a while hit your head against this. So maybe that's a downside itself. But other than that, legroom right, not too bad, because you got quite a decent amount of legroom because of my driving position right here. And you also got rear AC, which is a big plus for this car itself, which I really like. Usually some cars they don't really include some cars usually they do not include rear AC because it's usually just a cheaper end car, so hence they do not include it. But for this car wise, I like it because at least they include it for the rear passenger, and the front do not have to like share it with the rear itself. So yeah. Alright then, moving on, you got your grab handle right here, which could grab handle right here, which you can hold on to, and the same for all four sides itself. So yeah, that's a good plus, good thing. Alright then, now moving on to the next part. On your doors itself, what do you have? Well, you got your door release handle right here, your locking mechanism, your window switches, and your handle to close the door itself, and some storage space right here. But one thing, if you do notice, is the storage space isn't that deep, because you will be expecting a very big storage space, but unfortunately this is not the case itself. As you guys can see, there's some plastic covering here itself to, I think, for the speakers right down below, and the only space you could put is maybe a small item could place inside right here. Other than that, not really a big plus on the storage space for this side itself. So yeah. Alright then, now let me just show you guys the cup holders if there is one, which is just need to lower the armrest in the center of the seat right here, and you could put your drinks right here if you want to. So, or technically if you do not have any drinks, it could be add as a armrest for you guys to rest your arm on. So yeah, that's a good thing. If not, you can actually technically carry 5% in this car, because the transmission tunnel for this car isn't that huge or that high. So that's a good thing. And also, as a big guy like me, I can also sit, if I were to sit in the center of the car itself, I don't have any problem at all. But one thing is, my headroom right is almost touching the roof of the car itself. So I think if I were to be slightly taller itself, I will be definitely hitting the roof of the car already, and definitely won't be a comfortable ride at all. So yeah. And also, I think carrying 3 full-grown size adults in the rear, it will be an issue, because it will definitely be touching shoulder to shoulder, and yeah, it won't be a pleasant ride. That's what I want to say. So yeah, adult I think recommended is just 2% itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all for the rear itself. Oh yeah, to show you guys, got some seat pockets right here to put your stuff if you want to for either side, and that's it. Oh yeah, last but not least, the light switch right here for the lights itself. So when you open the door, the lights will turn on, which I'll show you guys right now. So just like that. Once you close it, it'll just go off itself after a while itself. So yeah, if not, you can just leave it on by pressing the like on switch right here, or off it, or just leave it in the center when the doors are open itself. If not, that's all I say for the rear itself. Now let me just transit towards the front of the car itself. So yeah, getting out, I wouldn't say it's an issue at all, because the opening space is quite big, and I could just get out quite easily itself. So yeah. Alright then, now let me just show you just the front of the car right now. So let's go. Alright then, so yeah, stepping right into the front of the car itself. So basically this is what so basically stepping right in the car itself, the driver's seat, if you can call it. So yeah, basically this is how the interior of the 12th generation Toyota Corolla Altis is. Basically you can definitely see the interior is very different from the 11th generation itself. So yeah, if you guys own the 11th generation itself, you guys will remember that the interior is more like I would call it a rectangular interior, because there isn't any sloping lines right here, or like basically sloping down itself, which make it look more nicer itself. Basically, the last generation Altis has just a flat dash, and I don't really like the look of the previous generation Altis itself. Basically, the interior and exterior itself. So yeah, somehow for the 12th generation, the only complaint I have is not being able to mount my car mount, which is basically for the GPS shit, whatever thing. So if you guys think you're getting the one that plug into the air vent, good luck, because you're not able to do so, and as it won't be able to hold on onto the phone at all. And when you're making when you're moving, when you're accelerating or negotiating a sharp bend, the phone will just come out of the phone, will just drop out of the phone holder, and your phone will be somewhere in the interior, and you have to find it yourself, which is a hassle itself. So yeah, alright then, now let's move on to the next bit, which I want to tell you guys, which is the interior itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all for the interior. Now let me just show you the glove compartment. Glove compartment, well, what do we have? Well, as you guys can see, this is a very decent sized storage space right here, with the instruction booklet, some big plastic trim, no idea what the fuck it is, and some cloth right there itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all. I would say that's this quite a good amount of storage space to put your stuff in. If you have anything that you want to throw in, you can just throw in there. If not, you can just throw in right here as well. But sorry about that. Yeah, not staying on. Okay, it's staying on. If not, you can just put it right here. But this storage space isn't that big compared to the glove box, which I showed you guys earlier on. So if you put most of your stuff inside there, or the least important stuff, you can throw it right in, and the more important stuff, you just throw it right here. But inside here, if you were to throw your phone or power bank, I don't know, if you want to charge your power bank in the car, you got a 12-volt socket outlet right here, and also a USB Type-C charging port right there itself, which is a good thing, because nowadays everything is transitioning to USB-C. So yeah, alright then, moving on. I got two cup holders right here. So as you guys can see, you got my plastic bottle right here, and it fit in quite nicely, and and it definitely won't be coming out anytime, because it is quite snug inside there, and it holds the cup holders, basically the surrounds hold the drink quite well. So that's one thing I really like also. Alright then, I think, oh yeah, and also I think anything bigger than this size right here, I can definitely bet you won't be able to fit inside right there, and you have to put it right in the storage bin right here itself, which is slightly bigger and also more space than the rear of the car, which I showed you guys just now itself. So yeah, alright, next up, you got your typical traditional handbrake right here, which is to release it, is just press on this and down. To engage the parking brake or handbrake and whatever, you just pull it up itself. So yeah, that's all quite simple itself. So yeah, do not need any further explanation itself. Moving on, we got the gear selector knob right here, which is very nicely finished in this wrapped in this leather. Basically, you got your typical park, neutral, and drive right here, and you got your manual mode. Manual mode, if I'm not wrong, is just shifting through this gear knob right here. So basically, just shift up and down itself. So yeah, nothing that special itself. So yeah, and also this car does not really have any pedal shifters at the back itself. So if you want to engage manual mode, I don't know why would you do so. You can just shift through the gear knob itself. So yeah, alright then, right on top of the gear selector is one button that I don't think anyone would press at all anytime, which is to turn off the traction control for this car itself. Because I don't know why would you, but if you want to, you can turn off the traction control for this car itself. So yeah, you can just press it whenever you want, and there'll be no traction for this car at all. So yeah, alright then, moving on to the next part, which also the last part of the center console itself. You got this wireless charging pad right here, which is very nice, and you can I'll show you guys later on when the car is turned on that you can actually wirelessly charge your phone right there itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all for the center console itself. So now let's move on to the next bit, which is the steering wheel right here. So steering wheel right here, some of the features I'll show you guys later on when the car is turned on, but basically this button right here is basically to control the screen right there, and these two buttons right below is for the infotainment, and these two, if I haven't figured out what is it yet, but I'll show you later on as well, so you'll be learning same time together as me. And yeah, alright, now let me just talk about the dash, the instrument cluster for this car itself. So yeah, before I rented this car, I think I read some reviews online about this Altis itself, this 12th generation Altis. One thing I didn't expect it was, I was hoping for the if you can call it analog gauges on the either side, and the center will be the big ass screen with the digital gauge. But somehow for this, I think there's two trim level for this, or yeah, I think there's two trim level for this. So basically, I think they bought the lower end trim for this Altis itself. Hence, you get this analog you get this analog instrument cluster itself. So yeah, basically you got your speedo right in the front and your rev gauge on the side, and the screen right here, I'll show you later, is mainly your hybrid function itself. So yeah, sorry, not hybrid, mainly all the other information about the car itself lah. So yeah, alright then, now let's move on to the next bit, which is you got your windscreen wiper controls right here. So to engage it, just very simple, which I'll show you later on as well. Same goes for the indicators and your light switch right here itself. So yeah, moving on, you got this light, this thing right here to adjust the light itself, which you could adjust it accordingly to the maximum of 5, or you can just turn it off itself. At the moment, I'll just leave it as 1, and that's it. Alright, now let's move on to the next part, which is the doors, the windows control switches and the mirror control switches right on the car itself. So basically, this is what it looked like. Alright then, so yeah, basically you got your folding mirror itself. So basically you can just press on this button right here to fold the mirrors. If not, you can just leave it as it is. And this is to adjust the angle of the mirror. So basically you just switch on either side, and you can adjust it with this knot right here, which also has a somewhat a D-pad to adjust the angle of the mirror itself. So yeah, alright then, next up we got your lock and unlock switches right here. This is to prevent the people from rolling down the windows, and you got your 4 mirror switches right here itself. Other than that, that's all for the driver's side. Oh yeah, and you got some storage space on the front, at the front for the driver and passenger side as well itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just turn on the car to show you this main part, the infotainment and also the AC control itself. So I will be putting my foot on the brake and pressing this, and everything will just turn on. So basically, this is how it look like. So basically, when the car is turned on, you basically can see more of the function itself. And I'll be touching on the wireless charging thing right now. So basically, to see whether is it on, you can actually see this light that is pulsing white. So that is on. So basically, you can just put your phone right there and just charge it itself. So even if it's, let's see, yeah, just like that. So yeah, basically you can charge your phone on the go itself if it has wireless charging, which is a good thing. Alright then, now let me just show you the AC, this part right here itself. So basically, on these two knots on either side, these two knots on either side, one of them is on the left is basically to adjust the fan speed right here. This is to adjust the temperature, which you guys can see. Or if not, you want auto climate, you can just press on this and you automatically adjust the climate for you guys. To disengage it, just the other way around. Yeah, so basically that is how it looked like. Sorry, this is to adjust the auto fan speed itself, not the climate. Sorry, my apologies. But basically all these buttons right here, you got your turn on your AC to recirculate air. This I'm not too sure what it is, but I'll definitely link it right down below later if I figure out what it is. Same goes for this as well. I have no idea what these two new buttons, I think for this Altis has it inside. So if anyone know what this is, do leave a comment down right below. Basically this to adjust how the fan is blowing at you. So basically you can just press on it and you guys can see right here when I press just now how the air is blowing towards you itself. So yeah, we got a front and rear defrost, and this to turn off the fan itself. So basically press this, it'll turn off the whole AC control itself. So yeah, alright then, moving right top, you got your headlight switch right here, and that's all. And you got two AC vents right here itself. So yeah, and right on top this is your infotainment itself, which is touchscreen, which you can press on either of any of these radio track right here, or you can figure out it yourself by pressing on this function right here, which this car, technically this car has Bluetooth audio, so technically you can link your phone to it if you want to, and also a USB, so you can just plug it right here, or your aux cable itself. So yeah, other than that, I'm just going to go at the radio and just leave it at ease. And if you guys want to know more about it, you guys can just rent this car, or if you do rent this car, you can just figure out this yourself and play around with it itself. So yeah. Alright then, now let me just show you things which I showed you earlier on. So basically, you guys can see this screen right here. If I have to toggle it down, you can see all the information that you want to know about it. The range, the speed I'm going, and range to empty, the average speed I'm going, and the total driving time. This is for the clock itself, for the radio thing, basically for these two things right here itself. So yeah, if not, then this is your error messages if there's any. If not, then you should just go back to it is. So yeah, your voice command right here, your volume switch for the infotainment itself. This mode, if I'm not wrong, is for to adjust that itself. So yeah, so basically you can just see I'm just going through quite a lot itself. So yeah, this I think is just to adjust the radio station itself. So it's to adjust the radio station for the infotainment itself. So yeah, other than that, what else do we have? Well, you got some visors right here on either side for the car itself. Got mirror switch right here, and you got this nice handy strap right here to strap anything on if got any. And you got your light switch right here. So these two lights right here, if you want to turn on manually, you can just press on it and it will just on. Turn off, it's just the other way around itself. So yeah, other than that, I think that's all. Oh yeah, and if anyone's wondering if you want to access the engine bay, you can just pull on this lever right down there itself. So yeah, that switch right there itself. So yeah, alright then, now I'll be showing you guys how do you adjust the steering wheel for this. So basically you got this steering wheel lever right here to adjust it. So basically just need to pull down and you can adjust according to how you're liking itself. So yeah, once you got it, just pull it back up and it'll lock it in place. For the seat itself, just your old typical manual adjuster seat right here, which could slide it right here. And to adjust the height, basically this switch right here for the height, and right at the back, this one right here to adjust the angle of the seat itself. Other than that, I think that's all for the car itself. Oh yeah, and for the few levers which I mentioned just now earlier on at the start of the video, it is right there together with the trunk release button itself. So yeah. Oh yeah, okay, now let me just show you the indicators and the wipers, these two stalks on either side. So basically to just wipe the wipers, just basically just one up for one side. If not, just activate it just down itself. So yeah, this is for the rear wipers. Not too sure what this is, but yeah, I think I'll figure out myself. Towards the wiper, just need to pull back, and there's no water inside at all. So yeah, probably a top up the fluid. Alright, basically, so basically this switch, this knob right here to adjust your headlight. So basically at the moment it's on auto headlight. If you want to turn on manually, you just switch it either way around itself. So yeah, indicator is just simple, just down, up, and yeah. To just high beam, it just other way around. If not, you can just flash, pull back twice to get the flashing thing itself. So yeah, other than that, that's all for the car itself. Basically that's all for the car itself. I'll be sharing my overall thought and summary for this car right now. So let's go. Alright then, so yeah, what is my basically overall thoughts and summary for this car itself? Well, one thing I have to say is I really like how this car looks itself. Basically the main thing I really like about this car is the front. The front of the car, of how it looks, it basically it gives you this aggressive looking look that that the previous generation, the 11th generation Altis doesn't gives. Yeah, basically that's one thing I really like, the looks of the car itself. And interior wise, I have to say the interior does give compliments to it itself, because it somewhat blend together very well. And only downside, there's some creature comfort that are not included in this car, maybe because it's a lower trim line, lower version of it, hence it's not included with it. So yeah, but overall, if you ask me if would I rent this car again, probably I would say not. The only reason I'll come back to this location, which if you guys I'll leave the location down right below in the comment section right down below. The reason why I'm only coming back to this location is I will rent the BMW 328i, because yeah, the 328i, no wait, not 328i, 31ai. I really like that BMW a lot because of how it drives and overall creature comfort. But you talk about that's for the BMW itself, is under not luxury, premium category compared to this Toyota you're watching right now is under standard category. I feel there are better sedans out there in under the standard category, which at the moment my favorite I would say would be the Toyota, not Toyota, the Hyundai Avante, which is the one that I reviewed on my channel way back, couple of months back. That is currently my all-time favorite car because of all the creature comfort it has, the looks, and the safety system that it comes included with. Basically, the Avante is much more packed with functions for that price itself compared to this Altis. Even though the Altis does have its look, but there's some things that are missing in it, like cruise control. There's no cruise control in this. There's no blind spot assist. There's quite a lot of features that this car does not come with that the Avante has. So hence I prefer the Avante over to this car. But overall, I would say it's a good car to try out if you guys want to try out. And yeah, I think basically this I would say is my top 3 favorite cars that I've driven so far. So yeah, sorry, my favorite is the Avante. So yeah, but main thing is overall I like how this car drives, because oh yeah, I just remember what I want to say. This car does not have sports mode. That's what I say. If you're wondering, if like, let's say you rent this car and trying to figure out where is sports mode, there is no sports mode in this car itself. Even though there's a manual, which is right here. If you guys saw earlier on when I showed you guys, even there's a manual mode, there isn't really any sports mode in this car at all, because I think it's somewhat fast enough already, but at the same time, I think it's because when you want, I feel personally, if you step on the accelerator itself, the car does go does move on quite quickly compared to some car where you step on the accelerator is quite slow itself. But other than that, I just going to basically overall my summary for this car is I like the looks of the car. The interior is quite nice, even though there's some missing function to it, like what I mentioned, there's some missing function to it itself. So yeah, I think this basically that's what I want to say for this overall summary video itself. If you guys enjoyed the video itself, you can hit the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click subscribe to see my 2 other videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.